Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. So, right now, want to say good morning to my friend Lisa. Went to high school together. Um, the SEC is investigating venture capital firms that have anything to do with Uniswap. Interesting, right? So, when I look at that, all I see is a crackdown on DeFi. And why? I just want to know what was wrong, or what do you think is wrong, or maybe what do you think could go wrong that you're investigating Uniswap, right? Or are you investigating Uniswap, for other business dealings outside of DeFi? But it seems like a lot of pressure. Seems like a lot of pressure. It sounds like it's a securities violation. Obviously, selling unregistered securities. That could be the case. But with laws changing and current rulings, I wonder what kind of case they would be able to bring, because you'd have to be able to bring a strong case to be able to make that happen. So I don't know about that. I really don't know, but I'm gonna try to dig in because I find it all to be interesting. Anything that the U.S. government does, I find to be, well, with regard to crypto, I find to be interesting. Well, crypto and banking, right? Insurance as well, because insurance is like 20 years behind the times when it comes to technology. Insurance industry hurts a lot more than the financial industry. And when I think about it, and I was talking about this the other day, the insurance industry could do very well moving to blockchain technology, like en masse. They would do extremely well. If you think about reinsurance, right, and the process for reinsurance and the deals that happen with reinsurance and the cascading architecture of reinsurance policies, you'd understand that, oh my God, blockchain is perfect for that. Smart contracts, perfect for that. Holy moly. Wouldn't even have to think about it. Boom, yes, everything happens. Set up the contract correctly the first time, done. Then you just get a report every week, every month, whatever. Oh my God, look at this. You guys can't see it, but there are two little fawn outside just frolicking around. That was awesome. Core Scientific increases its convertible notes to 400 million. Post bankruptcy, Core Scientific seems to be making the right moves. They seem to be making the right moves. Like, I wonder who's investing in Core Scientific, because I'd be scratching my head. I'd be like, ooh, nice pickups over there. And thinking correctly. And I knew that when they went into bankruptcy, that they knew what they were doing. They had a plan. So I'm kind of like, okay, all right. But I'm just thinking that's big. And one of the things that they did was they're shifting partially over to AI. That's another smart move. Like I said, AI and crypto hand in hand. People need to get that. Crypto.com. Now, this is news that I was going to drop yesterday, but it just seems like I had other topics that seem bigger. But Crypto.com, again, getting involved in sports. That's how I got caught out there the first time. Crypto.com partners with UEFA Champions League as the first global crypto sponsor for the industry. And I'm sitting there, I'm just going, I'm glad I don't hold any Crypto.com shares. I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. It's again latching on to sports. That's cool. Sports overseas, it's cute. Whatever. Last time they did it, didn't work out so well. Same thing with Chili's. Got caught out there with them too. So see, more mistakes. I'll tell you about that. In the mistakes in the bloopers reel. Apple's iOS 18.1. Now that one sounds very interesting, like almost ridiculously interesting. It's because you might be able to pay for things with Circle's USDC via NFC, meaning you just hover your phone. Same thing as Apple Pay. Boop. That would be interesting. Like ridiculously interesting. So imagine if that was to happen. How how that could be introduced for adoption. Ooh, baby. Makes you wanna invest in some Circle and some USDC, right? USDC, stake it, because you'll make more money off of staking, right? Because it's like having money in the bank. So you'll make money off of staking and that's it. You'll keep it moving. But wow, that's going to be interesting. And I'll be very much interested to see who else might try to move in that direction. Just saying. That's pretty cool to me. Marathon Digital, 4,000. I had a tongue twister this morning. I was looking at the numbers because I like numbers. 4144, right? So 4,144 Bitcoin bought with the 250 million that they raised. Wow. There are organizations out there that are divesting, literally divesting. I think it was Millennium Partners I heard about first. They divested almost all of their ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, and bought into MicroStrategy and a few others, but it tells you how they're maneuvering their money, how they're maneuvering around their crypto holdings. So I found that to be like ridiculously interesting, like something that I should be paying attention to, because I told you there are companies out there where you could be sitting there and you could sit there and kind of go, I can get into Marathon Digital. I'm sorry, they bought into MicroStrategy, not Marathon Digital. However, there are companies that are doing the same thing, dumping over here and buying Marathon, MicroStrategy, and others, Coinbase and others. Riot is another one. Why? Hut 8 is another one. Why? It's a different kind of exposure. It's a different kind of exposure to the crypto space. Especially when you think of, oh, well, I can control my destiny here. Because I can buy into a Marathon, a Riot, a Hut 8, a Coinbase, especially, the miners. I can buy into those miners, and those miners can do a lot of different things. Like I can mine for Bitcoin over here and I can play with AI over there. So I've diversified my risk, increased my profitability, keep it moving. Now, if I have limited money, I might sell off from here and buy over there. I'd like to know the math, to see if they sold off, was it at a profit, right? And then came over here and bought because now it's lower. Now these stocks are lower. That would be the game that I would play like all day, just every day, just watch to see where did I buy and just do the comparisons. Create an application because now it's different. You need an application that's going to compare not just stocks against stocks, but stocks against cryptos and specific cryptos. Just saying that. And then also to look at, well, is there new tech coming out? Like when I think about that whole NFC thing with with Apple and USDC, that's not here yet. I think Apple's asking me to upgrade to 17.6.1 or something like that. Let me see. Hold on a second. Update available. Yeah, 17.6.1. I have not upgraded yet. Haven't even bothered. But that says that they already know that they're moving in that direction. So do you invest in the future? Do you invest in the future? And then what are the pin plays that you could get off of that, right? If you think that NFC piece is going to come for Circle, what are the pin plays to help you do that? Like, are there any other cryptos that they'd be considering for that? Solana, because it seems to be popular. I wouldn't agree, but Solana is popular. Just saying. So something to think about, for me at least, something to contemplate. Then you have Confiction Labs introducing a proof of exposure. It's a proof of exposure system to the Web3 space, meaning gaming, GameFi. The reason why is because there are a lot of bots running around the game space. And they're like, well, if we can introduce this proof of exposure, piece, we know that there's a human being on the other end. Ooh, now that's interesting. That's very interesting. People don't like playing against bots unless they specifically want to play against the bot. Most people don't want to play against bots. right? Computers can think faster than humans and might be able to calculate the chances of something happening and all that stupid stuff. But that's actually interesting tech. That's very interesting tech. Might even like take a look at that. Then Norway's, this is more news that I had yesterday that I was kind of holding out for today. Norway's sovereign fund amassed 2,446 Bitcoin. That's a 1 point something trillion dollar fund. It's like 1.4, 1.6, something like that. But $1 trillion fund. They made $138 billion, I think, just in a month or a quarter or something like that. Billion, not million, billion. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, and they bought Bitcoin. If you see all these institutional investors running out there buying Bitcoin, you should be waking up and saying to yourself, maybe I should be out there doing same. Maybe I should be out there doing same. And the reason why I'm thinking this is because at some point, so BlackRock has overtaken Grayscale as a number one Bitcoin holder after Satoshi Nakamoto. But they're slated to surpass Nakamoto's wallet within the next 3 months. That's not a good thing, people. It's not a good thing. You should be out there investing. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to invest in, but I think that if you're a crypto person, load up on Bitcoin. The future is going to be very, very different. Start watching those dystopian movies. There's one that comes to mind. It's with Justin Timberlake, and it's about how people live off of time. Like, it's not money, it's time. And I think it's great as you start to look at, crypto in that sense. And I'm just sitting here, I'm just going, yeah, we should be paying attention to this. This is all big stuff. It's all big stuff. But you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. Let me flip on over. We're going to flip over to the GMB crypto tracker, top 25 losers. Now, what's really cool about this is I never have to worry about, hitting update. It updates by itself every 10 minutes. I love this. Because I'm lazy. I don't want to have to go and click on something and make it do what it's supposed to do. It just happens. Happens all in the background. Love that. That way I can just look at my research. So this one, to the top 25 losers, is dynamic. The top 25 winners, dynamic. Even the GMB X Factor 250, where we give you the GMB X Factor for the top 250 coins out there, that's dynamic, but it stays based on the top 250. So that way you can do your research and you don't have to worry about everything moving. That's a very big deal. Just in case you didn't know, it's a very big deal. So let's see who's down. And the market's not doing all that great. I mean, look at what happened yesterday. We went up and then everybody started dumping Bitcoin. Everybody started dumping Ethereum. And the market took a dive. Not pleased about that. Not pleased about that at all. So if we take a look at this losers list, the whole list is losers, but you hit 5% right here. Right? You know how I feel about the 5% rule. That's my thing. Celestia down 8%. Axelar down 8%. Respectively, Celestia has a GMB X factor of 2.71. Axelar has a GMB X factor of 3.97x. That's very interesting. I'd be taking a look at those. I'd take a look at that. Brett, ranked number 82. Has a GMB X factor of 1.24 and is down 7%. I bring this up because I know a lot of people are interested in Brett. Who else is out there that I pay attention? See, dynamically changed. Let's see, Notcoin, ranked number 66. Wow, Notcoin is already ranked number 66. Holy moly! Down -7%. Down 7%. I'm sorry, my bad. Here, where we are. Down 7% with a GMB X factor of 1.53x. Very interesting. I like that. Stacks, something else I like, down 6%. GMB X factor of 1.69x. Like that too. Toncoin, down 6%. That's nothing but a correction. I'm not worried about that. They're going to shoot back up. They've got a lot of things going on, a lot. There was something else that I was going to tell you about Toncoin, because they've got some news out there that they just did something. I forgot what it was. Damn, it's going to bother me. It's going to bother me because I didn't write an article about it, but I'm interested in what it's doing. Dang. Maybe I'll find it by the end of the show, but it was some really good news. So it's another thing that Toncoin is doing, right? That's positive for its network. And I'm just sitting back and I'm just going, yeah, we should be paying attention. We should be paying serious attention to everything that's going on in the Toncoin space. Why? Because Ton is making moves. That layer 1 is making big moves. Big moves. So it's down 6%, a GMBX factor of 0.25x. But when I look at that GMBX factor, I'm thinking beyond that. I'm looking beyond that. What can it do beyond that? And I think it can do a lot. I think it can do a lot. I think from where it is now, I think you're looking at, like, off the top of my head without crunching numbers, I'd probably say a 4x, 4 or 5x. And I think it could be easy for it to do it. Easy for it to achieve that goal. Let's look at the top 25 winners. Let's see. Who on here am I paying attention to? Aave. It's down, up 6%. So barely above, you know what I mean? Barely above that 5. But it's got a GMBX factor of 5.27x. Do I think you can do it? Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But Aave is doing a lot of stuff in DeFi. You know what? I have to say yes. I have to say yes that I think it can do it. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but I think it can do it. Everybody else, it just falls off because you figure everybody's moving sideways or down, so it just falls off from right there. I will tell you this though, I am paying attention to the movement of Litecoin. It's got a 5.35x GMBX factor. I am paying attention to that. And there are simple reasons why. Litecoin is one of the most unsung coins out there. And, for me, I'm sitting back and I'm going, it's still used a lot. I know my friend Bianca, snatched up some Gala. It's ranked 101 right now, which is interesting. It's quietly doing its thing. Has a GMBX factor of 47.39x. Do I think it'll do that? Heck no. Not even close. No, not at all. However, I think it'll be a high X factor. I think when all things take off, it's going to be a high X factor. They're in that whole GameFi space. That's going to be interesting. Just saying. Let me just scoot on down, see what pops out at me. Who's this? So Bitcoin Cash is popping out at me. Chainlink pops out at me. Because I'm telling you, Chainlink is no joke. Definitely look at that. Look at that X factor. Look at that GMBX factor for Shiba Inu. 5.3x, 5.36x. I think that can happen. It's saying from right here, 5.3x, 5.36x rather. I can definitely buy into that. Let's see, Bitcoin Cash, 10.26x. I don't think it can do that, but I do think it can do a multiple. Probably put it, without crunching my numbers, it'll probably be around 5. Chainlink, it'll go way beyond that. So a 4.07x GMBX factor? Yeah, absolutely. Polkadot at 11.52. I don't think that's an X factor that's going to happen. But do I think it's going to be a high X factor? Yes. Another one that I think I'd put at least 5. And this is how I use the GMBX factor as I look down the list. Remember, these coins, let's do it together. We'll go all the way down right here, number 74. By market cap, your last $1 billion crypto is Pith Network. That's not a bad GMBX factor either. I'd be getting into Pith. Algorand, do I think they'll do it? No. Jasmy Coin, do I think they'll do it? I have to give them a maybe. I have to give them a maybe. I have to see what actually comes of that deal with Sony and everything that happens there. But that is a big number. That's a big number. It's never going to meet that. Do I think it can do a double digit? Yeah, I think it could. I think it could. There's enough groundswell around Jasmine Coin that I think it might be able to do that. But yeah, I start going down the list and I start paying attention to what's going on. This is how I use the GMBX factor as one of my calculations in my whole risk framework. Just saying, that's what I look at. What else is going on? So U.S. markets, we already got everything 2.9 for the CPI. Yeah, we're going to get a 25 basis point cut in September. I can almost guarantee it. Bet you a cup of coffee. Deal? Bet you a cup of coffee. I just think that'll be it. Fear and Greed Index is at 29. I'm all giggly about it because if you watch last night's show, you'll understand why I'm giggly about it. 89.111 total value locked. All right, I'm confident it'll go up. Look at these numbers right here. Look at these numbers right here. Holy moly. All right, there you go. Because I had moved the line. Because it's supposed to be at 63,719. My low is at 57,686. And we touched it. We touched it. Okay? That's my blue band. We touched our low. At some point overnight, we touched that low. Saying. Sometimes I think about how can I make money in the middle of the night? Like set an alarm for the middle of the night and pay attention to what's going on. And this just happened just a little while ago. Like 3:30 in the morning. Set an alarm for like 3 o'clock. See what happens. See what's popping around. Just saying. But it seems to be on its way back up. But you see this drop from here down to here? That's actually a nice size drop. In a day. In a day. You can make money off of that. Just saying. Just pick out the patterns, pick out the rhythms, understand the rhythm of the coins that you're interested in, and keep it moving. Yes, I will be buying some Bitcoin at this price. I will be. Yes, I will probably be buying some ETH at this price. Toncoin is another good one that I could get into. WIF is another good one. Arweave is another good one. Shiba Inu is a good one. There are a lot of things on sale right now. What I am noticing though, Cardano is maintaining. Cardano has been holding steady. Market's been going low. It's been just holding steady. It's a very boring purchase. It's one of the most boring you'll ever think of. But Cardano is something I think you can make money off of. You buy it, do some liquid staking like my friend Hutanic. You can make some money off of that. Just saying. Doing liquid staking for that, it's a good deal. Just looking at the numbers across the board, who's actually doing well. Not so many coins are doing well. BNB chain, BNB right there doing well. Compare it to Bitcoin, compare it to Ethereum. BNB is doing very well. Compare it to Solana. See what I'm saying? This is why I tell you got to do your research every day. Got to do your research every day. You could buy. So looking at $6.57 for Toncoin, you could buy Toncoin right now. When it goes over $7, how much money did you make? More than if you left it in the cheesy ass bank. Excuse my language, sorry. But yeah, I'm looking at opportunities like that will do something. On the year, if you've been listening to me this year alone, I've been telling you about Shiba Inu. I've been telling you about Bitcoin Cash. Those are two I've been yapping about. They're both doing well right now. As a matter of fact, they're both doing better than Ethereum. That says a lot. Not as good as Bitcoin, but better than Ethereum. So if I was a holder, which I am of both of these coins, I could shave some off of those coins, go buy some Ethereum, and watch Ethereum go up later. Polkadot is doing horribly. Nothing but a big fat red line. That hurts my feelings. Do I think it could pick up? Do I think it could do something? Yes, but there's no noise about it. I'm not going to have any faith about them until I hear some noise about Polkadot. Everybody else is getting noise, not them. People are even talking about Polygon more, and Polygon's ranked lower. People are talking about Polygon just like, oh my God, Polygon just fell off. Oh my gosh. telling you, Polygon's another one. Connective tissue. Pay attention. Pay attention. Chainlink, not doing well this year. 30. Oh my God. Look at that. 10. Every time I buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, every time I buy that, I buy Chainlink. Every single time. Every single time. Just saying. Something I pay attention to. Remember what I said about Litecoin? Down for the year, but doing better than a lot of other coins. Compare your coins. Don't be afraid to compare your coins. Over the past 7 days, this is how much you could have made. 11.78%. Again, pay attention to the rhythm. Pay attention to what's going on. Litecoin is one of those coins that its use case is being used. People actually use Litecoin. They're not just building on it like a Polygon or something like that. They actually use it. That's what I'm paying attention to. Uniswap, something I'm paying attention to, but down for the year. I could pick up some shares of Uniswap and just let it sit, let it rock. If you bought 7 days ago, you made more than you left it in the bank because for 7 days you made almost 6%. Just saying. Now, you would have lost a lot if you bought 30 days ago, even more if you bought 60 days ago. You're down right now. But looking at that number, I'm sitting back and I'm going, I could buy right now. And do I think it's going to hit $10? Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Do I think it could hit 12 and double? Yeah, the same without a doubt. So I'm just chilling looking at that. Internet computer, I know people are interested in it. That's the only reason why I'm talking about it. But it's down 46.58% for the year. And it's down it's just red straight through. I have no reason to buy it. And I have zero interest. If you bought early on Pepe, you're not upset. You're up 505% year to date. What's there to be upset about? Just saying. I mean, you want to pay attention to the rhythm of the coin. You want to see it go up at some point. But I think right for me, I think buying right here gives me some upside. That's just me. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. And even better, either join on YouTube as a member and or join on growmybag.tv as a member. Did you know that the morning show has all of the articles and they're in the article section? And then for the nighttime show, it has all the articles in a section called Insights. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the morning show is actually shorter than the nighttime show. That means we dig in. And you guess what? You got to be a good member on growmybag.tv to actually reach those articles on the site. You should do that. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.